All right, so we are going to be working with punctuating items in a series. List them, all right? So when you're punctuating items in a series, wait, okay, sorry, I'm going to back up. So when you want to list things in a sentence, you have to put proper punctuation marks between the things that you're listing. So for example, if you want to write a sentence about the items that you need to get from the grocery store, there's a certain way to do that, okay? Um, So basically, when you say punctuating items in a series, it just means that you want to list things in your writing, any kind of a noun, any kind of adjective, anything that you're listing, and there's a certain number, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So first example, a grocery list. I'm going to the grocery store, I've made a grocery list. Eggs, milk, butter, bacon, okay? When I put that into a sentence, it would look like when I go to the grocery store tonight, I need eggs, milk, butter, and bacon. But the thing is, we have to have some kind of punctuation between them to say that they're different items. Eggs, milk, butter is not an item. Okay, that's three different items. So in order to say that we have three different items there, oh, I'm so sorry. In order to say that we have three different items there, we have to take commas and we have to place them between each of our words. So eggs, comma, milk, comma, and butter, comma, and bacon. Well, now why don't we have a comma after and? You only have to add a comma after each item in the series unless it's the last one, because if it's the last item in a series, we're going to have a conjunction right here. It can be and, it could be or, but you don't have to have a comma after the conjunction, and then you don't need a comma after the last item because typically you'll have another punctuation mark. If you don't, it's going to continue the sentence. So your conjunction tells us, hey, your list is about to end. So therefore, we don't need any more commas. So you just have to put the commas between the first items in the series, all of the items except for the last one that's going to be preceded by or that is going to follow a conjunction. Let's try one for ourselves. So now we have a shopping list. Pencils, pens, erasers, markers. I need pencils, pens, erasers, and markers for school when I go to the store later. So what you're going to do right now is put the commas in the proper places. So you're going to pick the sentence that has commas in all the proper places. And there's a hint down here at the bottom for the amount of commas that should be used. Okay, so then the correct answer was to have pencils, comma, pens, comma, erasers, comma, and markers. Oops. Okay, so you've got that comma after each word, and you want to make sure that the comma touches the word before it and not the word after it. And that's a lot easier when you're typing to make sure there's not a space between the word and the comma that you're using with the word. All right, so let's continue. How many items need to be listed in the series before I start adding commas? Well, we could have two people, Sherry and Linda, like deviled eggs. Is that enough people to use commas? And the answer is no, because we have the conjunction that is able to separate the two. Just like if you have 15 people listed, as soon as that conjunction happens, that is the signal for the end of the comma. So if you only have two people, there's no reason to start commas because the conjunction already shows us there's a separation. Sherry, Linda, and Jude like deviled eggs. Now, Linda and Jude are fine, but the issue is we've added Sherry. So because we have Sherry 1, Linda 2, and Jude 3, 3 is like our big signal that says we have to start adding commas. So we would put a comma between Sherry and Linda. Okay, and we would put a comma then between Linda and to signify, hey, our sentence, our list is coming to an end. That's why we've got the conjunction here, right? Sherry, comma, Linda, comma, and Jude like deviled eggs. But because Jude's the end, we've already signaled that we're ending with the conjunction. We don't have to have any kind of comma here. We just finish out the sentence. Even if we have a huge list, Sherry, Linda, Jude, James, Marcus, Anthony, Chris, Chris's cat, and Aunt Petunia like deviled eggs, then yes, you're going to add all of those commas, right? You're going to add all of those commas right there because it's items in a series. It's a long series. We're listing a whole party here, but it's still items in a series. So you want to add these commas every single place, okay? All of it, every single one of them. And it's a lot simpler and it looks a lot smoother when you're doing this as you type in the sentence. All right, so what I'm going to have you guys do in just a second is practice writing a sentence, practice finishing it out with some commas. And then at the end, you're going to do a couple of, whoops, let's go back. A couple of on your own activities. Remember that Chris's cat, that's one person, right? It's just showing possession of the cat. So Chris's cat gets the whole thing, comma, at the end. And Aunt Petunia, once we come to the end, we see that the conjunction is approaching, which means we're finishing off our commas, and Aunt Petunia like deviled eggs. Okay. So I'm giving you a list: dogs, cats, crocodiles, anteaters, grizzly bears. Our sentence is going to start with, my favorite animals include. Okay, so when you're answering this for yourself, you're going to put my favorite animals include, and then finish it out with the rest of the things on my list. Remember to include commas, and remember when you don't need commas any longer. Okay, once you have done that, there is an activity on Google Docs. It's posted, you've already got a doc created for you, so it's made a copy for you, and it's on that Google Classroom page that we've been working on today. You're going to go there and finish the activity, and that's the activity I'm looking at. So this is a practice activity. You get these wrong, not a huge deal. It is just practice. The Google Docs activity is the one I'm going to see. Did my mini lesson make sense? Did they understand it? Were they following along? What do we need to re-go over tomorrow? Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Good luck. I hope this made sense to you. Bye.